Why you should have a bank account, part 2.
We need to open a checking account and a savings account.
Guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Nicole. I'm here with my girl.
So, hey guys, this is Simone.
So in our last video, we gave you reasons why you should open a bank account. Today, we will why you should have a savings account and a checking account. You see, the checking and saving accounts, they serve different purposes. The checking account is used for day-to-day transaction. So day-to-day businesses that you do, that's what the checking account is there for. So we're going to talk through some reasons as to why you need to open a savings account separate from a checking account. So guess what the first reason to open a savings account?
To save that money.
In order to save. So anyways, let's get it together. Let's do this video. So the first reason is to save. So just having a savings account, you more likely save some of what you earn. So when you get your paycheck, you will more likely put it into an account if you have an account designated as a savings account, right?
Not only that, too, your money is safe from being lost or stolen when it is in the bank, because your money is covered through the FDIC, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or it could be covered by your country's deposit insurance. I know in the US here, it is the FDIC covers up to at least $250,000. So your money is safe in the bank. If something happens, you're going to get your money back. It's better than having the money under your mattress and your house get broken into. You're not going to get that money back. Well, hopefully they don't check the mattress.
I don't know what you say, don't put it under your mattress, because it's safer in the bank.
That's
definitely.
Right. Yes.
Another reason why you should have a savings account is that we need to save for a rainy day. And, I hear people will say, well, all in my checking account and whatever left, that's my savings. No, you need to separate the two, right?
That's right. You need to.
Yeah, you have to separate the two. Don't put everything lumped into the checking account and say, well, this portion is savings. You might spend it. So make sure you have separate accounts.
One of the things that came to mind, Nichole, is that you have always said this too, is that when you're doing your budget, you do what? You pay yourself first. Mm-hmm. So when you pay yourself first, where do you put that money? In your savings account. Hello. So you pay yourself first. So yeah, we're on track here. So yeah, the savings account is viewed as money not there. Yeah, pretend money is not there. Pretend that it's not there. So yeah, what we mean by that? It's there, but it's not there. Out of sight, out of mind, kind of thing. Say if I have $10 in my checking account, and I don't have money in the savings. Guess what? I don't have any money. I only have $10. That money in the savings, it doesn't exist as far as I know. Again, out of sight, out of mind.
Yes. The reason why you have that money in the savings account now is because you want to save for emergency and have an emergency fund. And Dave Ramsey, our favorite guy, talk about emergency fund, and he talked about saving that $1,000 fund for things like new tires. Those things kind of just pop up out of, as we say in Jamaica, just pop up out of the blue. You need new tires. Now you're gonna have to come up with $400, $500, and you just go into that emergency fund. So that's what that money is for. He also talks about saving emergency fund for 6 months of expenses. So, I mean, we'll get into that in some of our later videos, but the savings is for emergency, and having that emergency fund, that's just sitting there for things like a new tire, or a new washer, a new dryer, a new fridge. Anything can happen, and that's what that emergency fund is for.
That's right. The rainy day money, save for it. Because
Yes.
it's going to rain. It's going to rain. So yeah, definitely the savings account too. You can utilize it for big ticket items or even for specific items. Say you want to buy a car. What we are endorsing is save up your money and buy your car cash.
Yes.
Yes, you can do it. You can do it.
Can be done.
Um, yes, it can be done. And for your home, if you have a lot of money and you can save up and buy a home, actually, there are people that save up the cash to buy their homes, cash.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't at that level yet.
We'll
But
get
yes,
there.
at least you will have that money in your savings account, and so you can put it to make a down payment on your mortgage. And I must just say this too: when you want to buy a house, the mortgage company actually, they ask for at least 6 months of your bank statements because they want to find out where are you getting the money and for how long you have the money. So if you have some, as Nikki said earlier, $10,000 just pop up overnight, guess what? You have to explain to them how you get that $10,000. And again, this is to prevent money laundering and things like that. So again, if you are on the market to buy a house, um, to buy a house, your mortgage company is going to ask for at least 6 months bank statement. And
I'll
then
put,
again, go ahead, Nikki.
I was going to put you on the spot, but finish up what you were going to say.
All right. And then if you want to travel, say you want to save up for a big vacation, you don't never, ever, ever use a credit card to fund your vacation. That's a lie from the devil. The devil is a lie.
Yes.
No. But seriously though, don't use your credit card to fund your vacation because guess what? When you come back, that vacation is going to be so bitter. Because guess what? You have to pay that that credit card back. So don't do it. So if you want to go to Tahiti, the Philippines, Thailand, whatever it might be, or Jamaica, yeah, man.
Yes.
Then yeah, you save up that money, save up the cash for your hotel, your expenses, and then you'll have a nice vacation.
So we were going to tell my story here, but I want to put you on the spot and hopefully you can tell your story about how you saved up for your car. You remember how you got your car, your $3,000, you saved up from that to get the car. So, I don't know if you want to tell the story or you want me to tell the story.
Tell the stories. Tell the story. Tell it on a mountain.
So I'll tell the story, two stories. So one about Simone. I remember when she was getting really about getting out of debt and she had a car, had a nice truck, and she said, you know what, I really want to get out of debt. I do not want a car note. So she took the car note that she would spend, right? And you save it on the story, right? And you save that amount of the car note, that fraction amount, and you were able to save up enough money to buy your car. The car that you drive.
$3,000 paid in
Exactly.
full.
No car notes.
Nobody.
So when saving for a specific item, she was able to save for a specific item. The second example is that we have a jar here, and even though we don't want you to put money here, but it's still on the concept of saving. We put money in a my husband and I, and we saved money, and we were cruise, and by the time the cruise came around, we had in money. We didn't have to go into our savings account to take out spending money for us to spend on the cruise. And then there was an incident where we're traveling. As a matter of fact, we have a separate just traveling. And we put saving money in there every pay period. Every time we get paid, there's money going to this account, and we call it our travel account. And whenever we're getting ready to travel, that money now is used to pay our plane tickets or whatever means we're traveling by. That's the specifics of that. So again, save for specific items. We have to be disciplined about savings, right? you can have your employer automatically send the money that you plan to save directly to your savings account. So similar like how you have direct deposit to your checking account, you can tell them either put a percentage to your savings account or a specific dollar amount. So if you get $1,000 every pay period for your paycheck, for example, you can ask your employee to put $100 into your savings and $900 into your checking, or you can tell them to put a percentage of your paycheck into your savings. So it's depositing. The next way you could do it also is when you get your direct deposit into your checking account, you can have your bank do an automatic transfer from your check saving. So you don't have to do anything in it, right? Because you can imagine if you want to go in there every pay period, well, it's time to transfer the money into the savings account. And you know you need to transfer $100. And every time you go in there, you say, you know what, let me do $80 this time around. I'll take the $20 so I can go do whatever. Over time, you just rob yourself of $20 every pay period, which adds up. So let it automatically kind of go in there. It's like you don't even miss that money, right?
That's right. Some great tips, Nikki.
Yes. I'm passionate about savings account because I feel like we need to make sure we have this nest. You know, anything can happen and you need that nest to get back on your feet, to get back on and do things that you might need to do. You need to have that nest, and savings is really important.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was thinking about being laid off or being on furlough for 7 weeks, and my husband was furloughed for 9 weeks. And I'm glad that we had that safety net. Yes, we put our trust in God, but God says we should use wisdom. Right. So we had that safety net available. So if this had extended long enough, we would be okay. The lights, as you see, the lights still on. Don't go away, please. Don't go away. The lights still on. I'm able to still communicate, and everything is fine. So to God be the glory for that. So again, use wisdom, and we're encouraging you to save. It's very important that you save because anything can happen. And one thing that happens to people when there is not say disaster, but something comes up, you don't want to have that additional stress on, oh God, where am I going to get the money from? I need to go borrow from Sue Jane and Nichole so I can do this or do that or to get around. But if you have that money saved up, you know what, okay, if 4 of your tires blow out, you know you're fine because, God forbid, you know you're fine because you have that emergency fund save up. So we're imploring you to please take our advice to open up a checking account for your daily expenses. Open up a savings account so you can save and reach your financial target. If you want to meet your financial goals or your target, you must, it's very important that you open up a savings account so you can set that money aside. Keep feeding the savings account with money, and eventually it will grow over a period of time. So put money into it, put into it, and then it will grow. Grow. So yes.
All right. Well, thank you for watching us as always. And remember to like, subscribe to our videos. We put out content every Saturday. So check us back on Saturdays for a new video. Like and subscribe. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Take care.